everyone, this is Tara. Today I'm going to teach you how to do an iso pop, how to leg hoop, and how to elbow hoop. So the first thing I'm going to teach you is the iso pop. So it's really good to be able to do an isolation before you move on to iso pops. But you can go for it if you want, it's up to you. So you're going to grab the hoop out in front of you, palm facing down. And you're going to begin to move like a normal isolation. So you're just moving your arm in a really big circle around your face. But this time you're going to move to the left of your body. I'm holding this with my right arm right now. So if you're holding it with your left, you're going to move to the right. But, so I'm moving to the left of my body. And when I can't go any further, I'm literally just going to let go of the hoop and allow the momentum to spin it around my hand one time. So I'm going to re-grab it, pull it back to center. And that's all an iso pop is. So again, you're going to move super slowly, spinning the hoop. Don't forget to spin that. That's really important. Go up to where you can't go any further. Let it go. Grab it, pull it back to center. So fast, that's going to look like this. And it took me a really, really long time to grasp this concept. So don't feel bad if you don't get it right away. I watched like a million tutorials on YouTube and none of them made sense to me. And so this seems to be the easiest way in my mind to do an iso pop. So I hope it makes sense for you. Let me know if it doesn't. I'd love to try again or, direct you to another tutorial. Okay, so that's an iso pop. A way you can incorporate this into your flow that I like to do is begin spinning the hoop on your hand while moving your arm in circles like this, and then coming into an isolation, and then iso pop back into this thing. I think that looks pretty cool, but you can feel free to do whatever you want. Okay, so leg hooping now. Leg hooping can be a little bit tricky. There's a few different ways you can go about doing it. But the basic movement is going to be pulsing either one leg. So you're literally just like bending one knee. Or you can bend both knees at the same time. Or just your left knee. So okay, so if you're not comfortable waist hooping, you can literally put the hoop behind the back of your knees. Kind of like wind up and then spin off. And then begin to bend one knee. Or both knees, or your left knee, whichever one. So this momentum is just going to keep the hoop up. It's going to keep going for forever. And once you get it, it's going to be pretty easy and you're going to be able to do it a lot. But it's just kind of that initial starting out point that's going to be a little bit awkward. But once you get it, the pulsing is going to be normal. You're not even going to think about it. So that is knee hooping. And then a way that you can go from waist hooping to knee hooping is, the way that I like to describe it, is to pretend that you're a mermaid. So you're moving your body like this. So you go from your waist and then you do this mermaid motion down to your knees and then pulse. So I hope you try that out and I hope that makes sense, because I used to be in the pool when I was little and pretend that I was a mermaid. And so you just kind of like, do your best. Try to be a mermaid and see what happens. And yeah, that's a really good way to get the hoop down. You can kind of practice going down and then shimmying your hips back up. I think that's a really good thing to practice, just regardless. So yeah, and then another thing I have to say about leg hooping is the hoop that you choose to do it with. Because if you hoop with this big, heavy, ginormous hoop around your legs, you're going to end up with ginormous bruises and you're going to be really sad. So I really recommend a lighter hoop for this. I like to leg hoop with this hoop that I bought from Target in the kids section. It's just like pretty light. It's full of water. So it's a little bit weighted, but it's not super heavy. So I can bring it down to my knees, and it's not going to hurt me. Another really good tip for starting out leg hooping is to just take your pants off because the hoop will stick to your skin better than it will to like leggings or pants. And so while pants do offer another layer between you and the hoop so it can prevent bruising, it's going to be a little harder for the hoop to stay up unless you're like super comfortable with pulsing your legs. So I recommend doing no pants hooping. And so yeah, that is leg hooping. And I hope that made sense. I feel like I say that every time. Okay, so on to elbow hooping. So I recently just learned this. I'm not super awesome at it, but I can tell you how to do it so we can both get better together. So hold the hoop out to your side, and then I'm holding it between my thumb and my pointer finger. So then you're just going to spin the hoop on your hand. Just let it go around. And so I'm making circles with my arm. And then I'm going to slide it past my thumb so it's now on my forearm. I'm going to continue to make circles so the hoop will come up to my bicep. Once it gets past your elbow, look for those spaces where you can go in. And then find a space, bend your arm, so now it's on your elbow. So once it's on your elbow, you can make little circles to keep the hoop going. And then a fun thing you can do is you can bend your other elbow, find that space, and then step around and let the hoop go on your other arm. So, yeah, that's all that there is to elbow hooping. You can also do a trick where you go behind your back, passing off, but I haven't really mastered that yet because you can't see, so it's really difficult. You just kind of have to feel on your forearm when the hoop is hitting so you know when that space is open so your other elbow can go in and pass off the hoop successfully. So I'm pretty sure that's all I had to say today about hooping, and let me know if you want me to explain anything further or any other tricks you want to learn. Just let me know. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day of hooping.